Alright, you guys, thanks for doing Life Real and Random here with Rachel again. So, I've been wanting for the longest time, since many of you may know, many of you may not know, that occasionally I do dumpster dive, and especially when I'm in town with my mom, it's one of our things that we like to do together. So, whenever I'm in Central Florida, we go dumpster diving, of course, and we got some great finds, and you can see my other videos. Obviously, those of you who've been following me for a little bit know that we did some of that in Central Florida. Well, I haven't yet been able to go and have a time where I could go and do my route in our area, in my hometown. So I figured, why not go out tonight? I felt up for it. So it was my first time doing like a full route. I have hit up other stores in the past, and I scored really good at CVS's before. But this time I didn't really get too much at CVS's, but other stores pulled through. So obviously, as you can tell. So I'm going to go through this real quick for you guys, and I guess I can do close-ups while I'm talking here. So not that stuff over there, that's ours. And not the piece right here, that's ours as well. But this picture frame and these posts and everything down and over to the wreath and all this is what we got tonight in my route. So I just went around and went through bunch of dumpsters, and luckily all this stuff was in super clean condition, right on top of cardboard, actually some of it in bags that only had the products themselves in it. So I love it when that happens, because you'll see a lot of times like either things are just expired, and but as we know, it's not that it goes bad, it's just the sell by date in the store, and they have to move out products to make room for the new stuff. And some of it might be seasonal, and that's another reason why they get rid of things, which is crazy that they would just not donate this stuff. So obviously we're not gonna eat and consume all this. The chips probably will do some damage, but the candy, you guys, do you see that? 135 piece count bags, and there's like a bunch of them. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 of those, I think. Yeah, and there's 5 or 6 of these 60 count M&M ones. So luckily, those will be perfect for Halloween. Nothing wrong with them, you guys. Just again, sitting in nice little bags. We're sitting right on top of a bunch of cardboard. Nothing wrong with it. We got a little cotton candy randomly that was in a hardware store dumpster, so it probably was like at a checkout counter or something, but sealed, nothing wrong with it. And then we found this bathtub, great condition. Nothing really wrong with it that I can tell. I'm gonna clean it up, obviously, and just sanitize everything that I do, as always. And then whatever we don't use will go in the yard sale or donate, because this stuff does not belong in dumpsters. This could be like repurposing craft projects for people, or benefiting people's homes, or pantries and things like that. Like, people could use this stuff. So, but it's unfortunate that they just pitch it, because it's the easy and lazy thing to do, and stores it's just easier to get a write-off that way, which is sad. But anyways, I digress. So let's just go through the haul, I guess. So first stop roughly was in the hardware store. I found a random one single count cotton candy tub. The bathtub was surprisingly in a random construction dumpster in a restaurant, Lake Plaza. So check your construction dumpsters, because sometimes people will illegal dump, unfortunately, and you're not supposed to do that. So as long as you're not dumping, and as long as you're not abiding by the rules and the laws of your state and your city regulations, it's not illegal to dumpster dive, as long as you don't make a mess and you're not dumping or leaving trash or littering, that kind of thing. So just a side note, at least in my area, so make sure you guys check your areas if you're interested in doing dumpster diving. Make sure you know the rules. And I've had 2 cops confirm for me in the state of Florida that it is perfectly fine in my area and Central Florida and all that. So I don't want any comments saying it's illegal. I'm like, no. So just make sure you guys investigate that if that's something you're interested in, or just live vicariously through me. But you'll see, you can find lots of great treasures and things like, things that I won't use will go in my yard sale, and then you can make money from that, and it's actually a little side hustle income for our family to do with whatever we want. So it's a win-win for everyone. All right, and we're saving the landfills. That is my biggest thing. I was like, I'm environmentalist, little hippie mommy here, and I was like, I don't like seeing useful items going in the trash and filling up our landfills when people could be using this stuff. Anyway, so that's that. That was in a random construction dumpster, sitting right on top of a bunch of cardboard. Nothing wrong with it. And then I don't know about these guys. Somebody help me out here. I think these are like the playmat things that you go above the baby that dangle, but they're in great condition, nothing wrong with them, and really clean. So obviously I'm going to wipe everything down, sanitize, and clean everything. But that'll go in my yard sale. So I'm not sure how all that works, but it didn't have the map. I had looked everywhere for it, so it's just the little arches, I think, that go above a playmat. And then we moved on to a plaza that had like TJ Maxx, Bed Bath & Beyond, Ross, that kind of thing. And look at what we found, guys. Can you see that? A freaking dog step for like a bed or a couch in perfect condition. And you know Bed Bath & Beyond when you see the little red spray paint on things. But luckily, they did not even do that much damage to it. I opened the box and looked at it, and all the parts were there. Everything was in there, and it literally had maybe a dime-size nick of a spray paint on one of the legs of the stairs that go, like the leg holder, like the little bar right here that goes underneath the stairs, so you're not even going to see it. And I'm probably just going to try to wash it off anyway, because a lot of times you can get that spray paint out of things. Clothing is hard, but I'm just going to use this queen size looking blanket thing. It's like a nice blanket, but it does have a rip, you can see right there, which is probably why they returned it. But they only spray paint that little section right there, but I'm going to use this as a liner in my car whenever I go dumpster diving, so that way I can protect my car or other things from, putting dumpster diving things in it before I can sanitize and clean things up. But for the most part, everything that I usually grab when I go dumpster diving is not disgusting. Like, I don't touch nasty dumpsters or like ones that you gotta dig through to get the good stuff. I just glance in there and see if it's in great condition looking things, and that's the ones I do. But to each their own. Dive away if that's something you're into. But that's what I do. But cannot believe that, so I can't wait to look that up at Bed Bath & Beyond and see how much that dog thing is worth. So cool on that. That was probably one of my favorite finds tonight, and I don't even have animals, but my mom does, so we're debating if her animals were too scared or not to even climb the stairs or not to use it. And then, like I said, the blanket had a little bit. And then this panel was out of the bag in a Bed Bath & Beyond bag, and it had a sticker label on it that said was wrong size, so that's why they returned it. And they spray painted the outside of the bag, but I opened it up, and literally there was like a spot on the dark blue part of the panel that had paint on it. So I'm going to try to wash it out. But this is a nice panel. It's heavy duty with like grommets and everything, so I'm sure that didn't cost or wasn't cheap. And then there was this random ankle brace thing in there, and then a random dish, and it did have a slight chip in it, but some people use these for projects, like mosaics, if they want to smash it up or use it as like a cute bowl for a water dish for a dog or, whatever. So grabbed that just in case, because you never know you'd be surprised what people buy at yard sales or on Marketplace and things. So just grab it when in doubt, and if you feel like it's not going to sell, then just pitch it or donate afterward. All right, so moving on. I want to say this was TJ Maxx, because it was next to the dumpster that was Bed Bath & Beyond's, and it had like a red and white sticker on one of the bags. So I want to say that's TJ Maxx, or it could be like maybe what's the red like office supply thing, Office Depot. So it could be one of those. I'm not sure which dumpster it was, because it didn't have labels on the stores in the back where I went to in the dumpster area. So there's that. And then I got a lonesome little bag right here. And it says defective and damaged, but nothing is wrong with this. So I'm not sure what is going on with that, but maybe because the expiration date. Who knows? But that's why I said it's probably Office Depot or TJ Maxx. So let me know in the comments down below if you guys recognize that label and that color coding and patterning, what store that is. But single pack of these Sahale snacks, pecan glaze mix. So got that. And then all these chips, the Wise, the Brim, the popcorn, cheese doodles, all these chips were in a Dollar General in this black bag, clean, sitting right on top of a bunch of cardboard. And it literally is packed full. And I ripped it open because I thought it might have been trash, but then I realized it's not trash. So pretty awesome to see that. I got tons of these chips. I mean tons. As you can see. But my favorite part, you guys, I was looking at it for like inspecting it to make sure everything's sealed and not opened. I make sure I do that before I do any of this and wipe them down. But I am of faith. I'm a Christian, and I thought it was such a cute little God wink that I didn't even know Brim brand might be faith-based company, so shout out to Brims. But I just thought it was so cool as I was putting everything out and saw a scripture verse, so I wanted to share it with you guys. It's Philippians 4:11. Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am therewith to be content. So I am pretty content with this haul, so thank you, Lord. So I wanted to show you guys that. I thought that was so cool. So, that is just a little God wink for the night. And then on the movie theater popcorn one, it just says Isaiah 23:3, you will keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on you because he trusts in you. So there's your little nugget of wisdom from the Bible and scripture for the night, and thought that was just so cool. I always love those kind of little God winks when that happens. So that was a nice little surprise. Moving right along, so all that, again, one nice clean bag, just full of chips. Sitting right on top. And then this was kind of random. So I went behind like a Publix Plaza, and I'm not sure if it was a Publix dumpster or whatever, but it was in the Publix Plaza section. And it looked like somebody dumped this bag because it had like half of it was kind of trash with medical, like empty boxes and stuff. And then there was like a bunch of Band-Aids boxes and like all this stuff that hasn't been opened yet. So I'm not sure what happened there. But we desperately needed Band-Aids in our house. So I thought it was hilarious. And it's just so funny when you put things out there. You speak them into the universe, and the universe provides, because literally my daughter was asking for Band-Aids, and I'm like, well, we'll see if we find some tonight. And sure enough, look, the Lord provides, people, the Lord provides. So we got us tons of Band-Aids, some gauze scissors, looks like, I'm not even sure what some of this stuff is. Some surgical dressings, some gauze pads, even toiletry items over here. Completely sealed, nothing's wrong with them or nasty. I made sure, and don't worry people, I will wipe everything down, so don't freak out. Used gloves. So there's like a little bag, and then there was like a random Avon product and a Suave shampoo in there, so that just leads me to believe like somebody just dumped their personal items, which is illegal, but hey, their trash is my treasure. Or somebody else's treasure. I'll keep all the Band-Aids and probably donate all of the braces and stuff, because I don't have any use for that. But I know people that do, or great donation item, okay? And then over here we have Joann's. Oh, did I show you guys the picture? Let's go to the picture. This picture is massive. I don't know if you guys can see how deep that is, but it is literally, it would not fit in my trunk, and it luckily just fit inside of like the back seats where you put your feet. So I wedged it behind the front seats and in between the front seats and the back seats where your feet are, basically, to get it in and shut the door. So I lucked out. But this is gorgeous, and it has like a nice hang thing, and it looks like a canvas with a frame is what it looked like when I looked at the back of it. So yeah, it's just a beautiful ombre painting. So there's that. And then at Joann's, we found this wreath, a nice wood frame for doing a project or paint or whatever yourself. And then these two like styrofoam frames and this little baby frame here. And then that's it for Joann's. Oh, and we forgot about this. I'm not sure what this is, you guys, but it's from Bed Bath & Beyond, because you can tell because they spray painted it. But it says Casabella, and it's a missing part, so I'm not sure, but I'm going to use this pole probably. I'm going to jerry rig it to put like a hook thing on there so I can actually like hook stuff out of the dumpsters. So then I'm going to take that piece right there off and then use the little loop part right there to connect something with a hook format so I can grab things easier. So that's kind of what my inspiration was. To see, I'm upcycling things, so even the trash can be useful. And then we hit up 3 CVS's, but unfortunately one of them had a no trespassing sign, and it said no trespassing, violators will be prosecuted, so I didn't even risk it. And I don't touch those if they are locked, or if they have signs that are posted that say no trespassing, or very specific that say stay out, then I do not touch them. But if they're unlocked and they're open and there's no signs posted, then that's when it's okay to go and dumpster dive those ones. But do not go in ones that are locked or that clearly have signs that say no trespassing or stay out. So there was one CVS out of the 3 that had that, so I didn't even touch it. I just drove on by. And then the other CVS, my typical CVS that I go to, you saw my last haul that I did. That when I had like all that candy and nuts and like all that stuff. A video I posted it not that long ago, I think a month ago. So check that out. Maybe I'll link it down below for you guys. But I hit the jackpot. Beef jerky, like tons of stuff. We still have stuff. And then this time I didn't have much, but we did manage to find this little guy or gal. It's like a nice little tin, and I was going to use the base tin part of this. I'm not a huge fake flower person, but I know some people who love fake flowers for projects or to accent a wreath, who knows, or my daughter to play with until she destroys them, and then we'll pitch them. But anyway, so I mean, it's not ugly, but I'm just not a fake plant person. So, but I love the tin as the base, so I'll definitely use that. So I'll just pull these flowers out of it. So we found that at the CVS. That's it. And the other CVS just had trash. So I was kind of hoping that CVS would pull out for me, but not tonight. But that's okay. We are content with what we have, like the Brims popcorn said, right? Anyways, I'm always content. Everything's always an adventure in life. So you win some, you lose some, and then, but hey, I'm not complaining. We totally scored. So, and then we have the wreath. So there you go, guys. That's what we got for tonight's haul. And you notice the background may be different. I'm actually in my garage because that's where I was able to, keep everything out of the house until I can clean it and sanitize it. But I'm gonna go, get a shower and chill out and do other things, and then I'll mess with this stuff probably tomorrow. But so I just leave it out here in my garage until I can, basically clean it up and sanitize and do all that jazz. So, all right, you guys. Well, there you have it. Thanks for doing Life Real and Random again with Rachel tonight, and thanks for hanging out with me. And let me know if you like these videos of my dumpster haul finds and hauls and treasure hunting, as we call it in my family. But just, yeah, so let me know in the comments too below if you dumpster dive yourself or have ever dumpster dived, and what was your biggest or best find that you've absolutely loved finding. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about that. So all right, you guys, so with that being said, well, that's a wrap, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.